Hey guys, and hello to all my rock and roll brothers and sisters out there. This is just a little intro for my new YouTube channel, litm21. Just wanted to do a little intro just to show you guys the whole point of my channel, the ins and outs, the backgrounds, just a little kind of thing just to get you guys started on my life and just leaving a normal rocking life. Just say and I'm always rocking. I gotta tell you that. Well, just tell you a little bit about myself. As you may know, my name's Donovan Grannon. I'm age 21. Birthday's May 23rd, 1991, and I'm the oldest of 6 siblings. I got an 18-year-old sister, a 19-year-old sister who's also about to turn 20. I also got a 14-year-old sister, an 11-year-old brother, and a 7-year-old brother. And it's nice to be in a wonderful family who appreciates my love for rock and roll, and I enjoy rock and roll just as much as the next guy. But if I do tend to ramble on a little bit too much about music, then I do apologize for that. It's just rock and roll is the one and number one thing about my life. It's the one thing I love. It's the only thing that I feel like I really have a passion for. It was something that I discovered about myself in high school, and obviously throughout my freshman and sophomore year of high school, I was not a very upbeat kid. I was kind of shy. I was kind of lonely until I met 2 of my best buddies from high school, Loe Mabarak and Andrew Seal. And I will be doing a video with those 2 guys in it to show you guys that that the 3 of us are in fact rock and roll fanatics, and that we are in fact going to be starting a band together. And hence the name of my channel, litm21. 21 is for my age, and I will be turning 22 pretty soon. But the LITM stands for Life in the Making, which is the name of my band. And it's something that it wasn't really my idea to come up with that name. It was my friend Loe, who you will meet in my next video. But he has a true passion for music just like I do. But so does Andrew Seal. He's a real great guy as well. And you'll also meet him in the next video. And like I said, both real great guys, both have a real great passion for music, so as do I. And another thing that I'd like to share is that I may have a huge passion for music and all that, but I am not an actual musician yet. The position that I will be taking for in my band is frontman and lead singer for my band. And from what people tell me, I am they think I sing good and all that. They think I'm a good singer. I personally think I need a little bit more work, and I will be doing a couple demo videos of my singing just to hear your guys' personal opinions on it. And but like I said, it's the whole point of this channel is just to give ourselves a bit of a wider chance of possibly being able to enter into the rock and roll world. I mean, we already know that we're already starting off in a slim chance. But both Loe and Andrew, they're both 19, and they're both younger than I am, so they're starting off just as slow as I am. But excuse me. But being able to be with these guys who have a true passion for rock and roll like I do, they really do understand that this is something that we really want to do with our lives, being in a rock and roll band. And just to give you a few inside tips about what the band's going to be like, I'll also show you in another video a couple artistic views of what we have for the band. My sister Audrey, she's a real good artist. She came up with the font of what the band title is going to look like, and she will get a lot of the credit for that. And But as for music wise, pretty much as influence wise, I mean, these are just influences from my personal point of view. I'm pretty much into bands, you know, like Nickelback. Nickelback is my number one favorite band. I will always love Nickelback. Also on lines with Daughtry and Papa Roach, Seether, Chevelle, Crossfade, and Shinedown, 3 Days Grace, etc., etc. There's a lot of, pretty much the majority of the music that I listen to is all post-grunge type rock and roll. It's there's kind of like the fusion between the love rock and roll music and also, you know, sex and drugs type rock and roll. And I do hate to say it that way because I don't do drugs, I don't smoke, I don't drink or anything like that, which I am proud of. But who knows, if I get any further in this, something might change. I doubt it, but it's just one thing that I like to. It's something that I know that I can share a lot of stories about my life, and something that I know Lowe and Andrew would want to do with their lives as well. But say another couple examples are bands like Theory of a Dead Man and Sabin Abel and Hinder and Buckcherry, whom I have in fact, Hinder and Buckcherry, seen in concert, seen live over at Club LA in Destin. You'll see those videos on my YouTube channel. That is another thing that I love to do with my channel is you know, just post live videos of bands that I've seen live. I had in fact made a list on the about section of my channel that shows every band that I have seen live. And in the next couple weeks, as a matter of fact, on May 25th, 2 days after my birthday, I'll be going to the Blaze Fest in Niceville, where I will be seeing Pop Evil, Sabin Abel for the second time, and finally I will be able to see Drowning Pool. Now, Drowning Pool, that is another influence of mine that I really grew up with. Drowning Pool. Ever since I heard their song "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor," I really wanted to see those guys. They were one of my number one top 5 influences for life in the making. And excuse me, got a little itch there. But I just want to show you guys that, you know, the influences that I have, and we'll be able to get into a broader way once you guys meet Andrew and Lowe. That a little bit of a brighter view of what the band's going to be like, and another thing that I want to be able to do personally with the band is not only do I like to do like the kind of grunge and gruff type of vocals and all that, but another type of music that I really do have a passion for as well, not just post-grunge rock and roll, is the real hardcore screamo type music. If you see from bands like from the band from the shirt that I'm wearing, Capture the Crown, they are a really amazing band. They're an Australian metalcore band, and they've got some real great stuff. And a couple examples that I have from them, or from bands like that, or, you know, like Capture the Crown, Memphis May Fire, Icy Stars, Miss May I, and Bless the Fall, Skylit Drive, For All Those Sleeping, say a little bit of Motionless in White. Say what's another good one? We Came as Romans, I can never forget them. For All I Am, also a good one. And another one of my very favorites in that genre, I would very much have to say would have to be Askin' Alexandria. And all these bands that I had just mentioned do kind of like a fusion genre between rock and roll and also a bit of a heavy metal type, death metal type stuff. And the first time I heard that kind of music, it really kind of helped me out. The first band that introduced me to that was the band Silverstein, which is also a really great band. They they've been around for a long time, since the mid 1990s. Got some real good, you know, post-hardcore music, but it's just mainly with the heavier style music do I want to be able to do that kind of hardcore screaming type stuff. And but I'm not going to be, but I wouldn't want to be doing it as extensively as you would hear in their music. There might be like a few like in our heavier songs, I mean, obviously if you're a fan of rock and roll, you'll obviously hear breakdowns and good choruses, ending choruses, and endings to songs and all that. Usually, if you get to that point in the song, I would like to kind of just leap out a good growling moment or a good screaming moment, and just kind of show the anger and the intensity with that song. And because the thing is that I have such a passion for both types of music that I really can't choose which one I'd rather be. So I'm trying what I can do is kind of combine the two a little bit. But the thing is that only, and I'm not saying that every heavy metal song that we're going to be doing is going to have some sort of hardcore screaming in it. But kind of like how you hear from maybe Breaking Benjamin. Now kind of like what you hear from Breaking Benjamin, who I did in fact just find out that they finally got back together, which I'm happy about because I've been waiting for a long time for them to get back together. But let's say kind of like All That Remains. I know that's another band that's very similar to what I'm talking about. They have that hardcore screaming type stuff, and that's the kind of stuff that I want to be able to do with my music, and or with our music, as I like to say. I have a tendency of saying my and I a little bit too much, and I'm trying to get myself out of that habit. But for me and Andrew and Lowe, we want to be able to. I don't know if they're all entirely into the whole screamo scene a little bit. Lowe is a little bit, but and we were both into that kind of stuff when we were both in high school. But Andrew's not entirely into that. I mean, he's not going to judge. He's a real great guy, like I said. But one thing I would still like to say is that that's pretty much the majority of what I want, of the musical DNA of what I want my music to be like. That's kind of the structure of it. And as I mentioned before, I'm going to be performing as frontman / lead singer for the band. And Lowe also wants to do some lead singing moments in with our songs. He's always talked about kind of incorporating a little bit of rap vocals, kind of like how you hear from bands like Linkin Park or Hollywood Undead, bands like that. But I don't mind rap too much, but I am not a big fan of rap, hip hop, that kind of stuff. It's just a little too much for me to carry, and I can barely even follow along with music like that. It's kind of hard for me to try and sing along with music like that. But one thing I would like to say is that if he wants to do it, I'll let him do it, as long as he lets me do the hardcore screaming, which I'm fine by. But another thing Lowe is wanting to do, from what I'm hearing, and he might correct you on this in the next video, but he's either thinking about wanting to learn how to play the piano or do some techno keys with our music a little bit, and or he might even want to try a little harder than that and try to be our band's lead guitarist. I tried working on learning how to play guitar, but I'm just not that musically inclined to try and learn how to play guitar. I still have my acoustic guitar and all that, so I'm hoping maybe as this band goes forward, I'll still keep that guitar with me, and I might be able to play on it a little bit, just to help the band write our tunes and all that, and just as much as they would want to help me out with writing lyrics, and which is pretty much become a hobby of mine now, just as much as updating you guys on YouTube. And I'd also like to say that that Andrew, he's found a really tough passion and a really hard passion for wanting to learn how to play the bass guitar. And he got a real good deal on this one bass guitar for the guitar itself, the cord, and the amp for about, I think it was about 20 bucks, something like that. And he showed me a picture of it on through my phone and everything. And he's gonna be learning from a good friend of his who's apparently a musical genius, and he might be able to enlighten us a little bit when it comes to music. But pretty much as lineup status goes, we are still in fact maybe looking for a secondary guitarist, or maybe even be looking for both guitarists, depending on what Loway's gonna want to do. And we're also still looking for a drummer. And now the drummer, in fact, is going to be a little hard to find because I don't meet a whole lot of drummers nowadays. But as I've said before, I would like to. This is just my dream. I just came up with the idea that, you know, I love music so much. I don't know what I would do without it. It's taught me so much about life and all that, and I just want to be able to forward that and to other, you know, rock and roll fanatics out there. And being in a band and wanting to be on the road and perform on a stage in front of a crowd and all that. From what people tell me that I work with, and which, by the way, I work at public supermarkets. I'm a front service clerk / cashier and janitor over at public supermarkets in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. And I've been working there for about 1.5 years now, and I really enjoy working there. It's definitely got me a little started with a little bit of cash, so I can start getting some funding for the band and all that, which I haven't in fact even started on yet. But I hope with a little help and with a little bit more focus, I might be able to start making some money and start saving it towards the band. And just to close on this video, I hope that you guys can learn a lot and understand a lot from what I'm doing in this video, just to show you guys that I really do have a true passion for music, and I really hope that Life in the Making will be able to rock on as hard as any other band that you probably hear of nowadays. And a lot of the opening acts that I see nowadays on stage, bands like Aranda and Girl on Fire and Acidic, and those are 3 bands that I recently just saw this past year live on stage. And Andrew will know what I'm talking about because he was there with me when I saw them. And but I will also make a list of on my YouTube channel of the bands that I really do have a passion for, and who I am in fact influenced by. Say Andrew, like I said, Andrew and Loway might have different influences than I do, but as long as we both have that same passion for rock and roll, I don't think it will really matter. And I really hope that this all goes well on my journey to becoming a very famous rock star, and to becoming a model and a role model. Sorry, I really don't have a way with words sometimes. When I have a way with words, it's usually better with lyrics than anything else, than trying to make a conversation. But as I was saying, you know, being a role model to any other young man out there who's looking to be in the same position that I am. And if you guys have a Facebook page, I also have a Facebook page myself. You can if you've seen my channel and you want to be able to keep updated through Facebook, just go to my Facebook, send me a friend request or something like that, and and you might want. And if you do send a friend request, I would want you to send a message along with it to say that you saw my video on YouTube and you want to see what's going on with me and my band, and it would just help me and my guys out a lot if we could just try and get an early start. And another thing is that if you guys know of any drummers and guitarists out there who are looking to be in a band that live anywhere near Fort Walton Beach, Destin, Pensacola area, please let me know via Facebook or YouTube, whichever one, and I'll seriously give that into some look. And I really appreciate you guys watching this video, and just so you guys can see what I'm all about. And just to close, I am all about the rock and roll, and I always will be. So peace out, guys. Rock on, and have a rockin' life. See you guys later. Bye bye.